The AFC NFC Championship Game Recap edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code BOMBS, BOMBS, to get a 50% deposit bonus of up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. That was loud, but that's what we do. Anyway, we're coming back here. We're doing a show in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the Laddy Daddy Scumbagger Vance, the Deli Llama Deli Roll, the man in the box. Also known as CJ Sullivan, if you want to be a jerk about it. Yeah, welcome. It's Monday, January 27th, the day after the conference championship games where the Birds and Chiefs both win. Live from Eagle Rock, California. The day after the conference championship games is where it's being recorded. You might be listening to whenever. I was listening to my last episode, actually. Listening to it for a little feedback, see if I can get something for a clip. And I realized I should stop saying the time, maybe even the date. You know? It's great for you live listeners. And you don't even need to know. Live listeners don't need to know what the time it is. They know the time. They know the clock's right in front of them. Or the date. The date's also right in front of you. You don't need to know that stuff. It's like when your parents call and leave you a voicemail, or at least my dad used to. You don't go over the clock. All right, CJ, it's 3 o'clock your time, which makes it 4 o'clock my time. It's 1 hour then. That's back when I lived in Chicago. He would always do that. Doing the East Coast to Central Time Zone. The point is, these shows are evergreen. You don't mention. It's like when always weird when rap songs always do that. They drop the year in the track in the verse, but then it makes it weird when you sound it later. Like, you know, it's 2008. You're 2000 and late, whatever it is. You know, but you're like, oh, that's weird. That's very old. It dates you pretty quick. You want to be timeless, and these bottom line bombs are timeless. But they're also time sensitive as well, because we got some. I'm going to give some. For people in the live chat, I'll give you some basketball plays, some bombs for tonight. But I'm also going to recap the AFC NFC Championship games, both of them. One was really good. The other one was kind of a blowout, but still good. A lot of fun things happened in it. And we have the Super Bowl matchup that some people want, some people don't. We'll get into that. And, of course, there'll be a man in the box segment. Stevie Elridge wants to know, is there a name for next weekend with all of its football-free emptiness? I know. This is that weird week in between Christmas and New Year's almost. It's like that hollowness. What do? We do need that week, that purgatory week, because you have the title games, and then you have, they used to do the Super Bowl the following week, but now they got to do this 2 weeks for the media and the Pro Bowl that no one wants to watch. But that's a good point you bring up, Steve. I should tell my C-Generates this right now. This week, coming up, since there is no game this weekend, I'm going to move up my Thursday show to Wednesday so I can get in my golf bombs. Because, you know, Scumbagger Vance over here gives out great golf bombs as well. And we got to start transitioning. We got to realize there's only one NFL football game left. So what are we going to do in the offseason? Yeah, I'll give basketball and whatever else is in the world of sports. But I do like giving out golf bombs. So I'm going to move this one up to Wednesday. Plus, I'm coming in Wednesday to do the Brandon Lang watching power or whatever it is, and it'll be fun. Anyway, that's just for this weekend. Adam Sladek, welcome. See you, Deck. I'm sorry. Says, you the boss. Laddy Daddy for life. All right, I like that. The Pigskin Prophet, he says. We did okay this weekend. As far as the games go, we hit both of them. We were on Kansas City and Philadelphia. Although I did lean unders. I didn't not lean. You don't say lean in these parts. I know that. But I like the side more than the total, and the totals were not. The unders never had a chance in either one of them. My goodness. Thank God. Made more enjoyable football. But speaking of the football, and there's just one big game left now. From now until February 9th, 15% off everything in the SGPN merch store with the promo code BIGGAME. BIGGAME. Big Game. Use that promo code. 15% off. Deposit. We got some new hats in there. New team colored hats. Of course, you have all my stuff. Man in the Box. The Bet Detective. I got to add more. I got to add Laddy. You know what? I think I'm going to get on the Laddy Daddy. Get some Laddy Daddy stuff. If anyone wants to put in any graphics on there. Anyway, let's start the show. I am back here in Eagle Rock, California, in studio. I was in Boulder, Colorado this weekend doing comedy shows out there at Hotel Boulderado. They have a club underneath it called Comic Sense, but it's inside of a hotel, Hotel Boulderado, I should say. Great time, great weekend, great city, Boulder, Colorado. Colorado's just great. Every place in Colorado is pretty amazing. But Boulder itself, it's about an hour from Denver. I've never really been out there. Obviously, campus. Coach Prime did not come to my shows. He's a little busy, I guess. He's a little busy not getting hired by the Cowboys. Maybe he was too upset by Jerry Jones hiring Schottenheimer's kid and not him, so he couldn't come to my shows in Boulder. But I understand, because that's a terrible hire by the Cowboys. How hilarious was that when they dropped that news story? Cowboys hired Bryant Schottenheimer. What? Oh, I love it. Nothing brings our country together more. People around the world, fans, not just our country, football fans, anyone, than to laugh in the face of the Dallas Cowboys. So thank you, Jerry Jones, for doing that, for hiring someone no one thought, even considered. Why? Because it's ridiculous. We've seen Brian Schottenheimer. He's terrible. He's barely a good coordinator. Not a good coach. He's going to get no respect. It's going to be great. He introduced him today in the press conference. I don't know if you saw any of the Jerry Jones press conference. Jerry Jones, I mean, he's just so senile, and he's just wistfully talking. He's up there like for an hour. He brought up osmosis. What? Osmosis? He's like, yeah, people don't think I'm risky. Let me tell you something. There is nothing riskier than hiring this guy. And he starts pointing at Schottenheimer. This guy's never been a coach. He has no qualifications. That's risk. We're like, is this a press conference to pump him up? Because it's not working. Anyway, I don't want to talk about the Cowboys. Feach says, how you doing? He says, hope the Boulder gigs went well. They did. The gigs went great. First show was sold out, standing room only. The other couple were well attended. There's already grease left on the poles on Broad Street. You know what's funny? VT Barron, checking in. Speaking of Dallas bringing us together, there's a video there's tons of video of the Eagle fans tailgating and doing whatever their shenanigans. But one was Eagle fans and Washington fans coming together to chant Dallas sucks. And it was a nice moment when people can come together to hate on the Dallas Cowboys. But we'll get into that. I know they decided they didn't know if they were going to grease the poles, and they did grease the poles. And it turns out I got a buddy. I want him to call in. And I'll get to the Eagles game right after this break. Let me tell you about Boulder, though. Who's a Philadelphia cop. Philly cop. And he works the games. And he was just like, oh, man, this is going to be awful. He actually, he's an Eagles fan, but he roots against them because he wants, first of all, if he wants off, he doesn't want this assignment. But he had to do the aftermath last night. He's like, it was just absolutely brutal. And he was telling me stories. I want him to come on and give the street beat report, but I also don't want him getting fired. Which he definitely would be. Oh, man. So anyway, Boulder, Colorado, I'll just talk about it real quick. I didn't do much in Boulder outside of the comedy shows. It snowed like a foot on Saturday. I got in Friday. Pardon me. I got in Friday. A little late, took the bus down because Denver's like an hour. I didn't quite get the car service that the Laddy Daddy deserves and respects. Man in the box. I was like, I called the club. Okay, so you're going to have a limo pick me up or the host or something like that? And then they sent me the bus schedule. All right. Okay. No problem. Yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Got on the bus. It was fine. It worked out. Anyway, I got down there, do the shows. Friday night was great. And then I asked some locals, hey, what should I do tomorrow? What should I do in your town, Boulder, Colorado? Like, oh, man, people love giving you ideas of what to do, like what, out-of-towners should do in their town, suggestions that they would never do themselves, Oh, you got to go to this museum. You got to go to this exhibit over here. It's incredible. Got to go on this hike. Cool. You doing it? No, I'm not doing that. It's going to snow. I'm staying inside. I'm getting bucked up. We're watching Nuggets. Oh, all right. Maybe I'll do that too. And that's what happened. It snowed like a foot. I don't know what it snowed. Par for the course for them. It looked beautiful. I was like, oh, it doesn't look beautiful. Yeah, it looked beautiful for about 10 minutes. And I'm like, let's get back inside. Because this is tough to schlep around in, and it's cold. It got real cold. It was like 15 degrees at night. And I don't know if you know this, but I used to live in Chicago. I'm from the East Coast originally, but that blood leaves you pretty quickly for a reason. I live in Los Angeles now, and I am very much a wuss when it comes to that. I brought up an old trench coat. Oh, bro, I look like Mayor Daley out there. I'm like, where? I don't even have a coat for this weather. I have an old trench coat. My old dad's. It was great. It's a nice coat. I looked the part out there. A lot of people were high. The audiences were great. Very stoned. Colorado, they're ahead of the schedule to legalize it stuff, obviously. They legalize weed. Now that it's legal, they're on all drugs. I mean, good Lord, is everyone high out there? And it's kind of, it's got a little charm until you realize it's also makes them very dumb, I don't know if you know about the man in the box, but the man in the box doesn't like tomatoes. And that's weird because I come from a Jersey area where tomatoes are very good. I don't like them. So I ordered a sandwich. I go, everything on it but tomatoes. Everything but tomato, please. Everything else you put on there, go for it, but tomato. It comes out nothing on it but tomato. Nothing but tomatoes. It was like a tomato burger. And that tilted me, but I'm like, this is what you got to do. And I bring it up. They're like, oh, okay. I thought you said, like, then you're talking to people that are stoned. You're like, oh, okay. You're just an idiot. So I'm not going to send it back because I'm like, who knows what that's going to be. I'm not lying. One show, people were watching the Chiefs-Bills game. It was a replay. It was Friday night. The replay on NFL Network, and they're enthusiastically cheering for it. I'm like, I don't think they know this is a replay, which is fine if you're 85, but not if you're in your mid-20s. They're just so stoned. I wanted to bet them. Like, I bet you Buffalo misses this field goal. It was the game from last year, which turned out to be kind of a replay this year. Maybe they were right. Maybe they were the smart ones. Anyway, fantastic place here. Steve, everyone's joining the chat room. Stephen A., how was Boulder? Boulder was great, as I'm saying. John Clef, Bet Detective, loved the show. When are you going to be in Pittsburgh? Well, John, funny you should say that. I will be in Pittsburgh at the Improv in February, the weekend after the Super Bowl with TJ Miller. Me and him together, we do a nice show. So come on out there, John. The weekend after the Super Bowl, whatever that is, February 16th, I believe. So pretty soon. So get your tickets. What else was that besides people being stoned? It's so funny. Like, I asked like the comics out there, like, oh, so who lives out here? Besides the college campus, or who goes to these shows? Are they tourists? Are they the locals? What do they do? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You live here. Don't you ever ask them? Don't you ever talk to these people? Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. There's people, though. Yeah, I know there's people. I see them right now. All right, I guess I'll talk to them. That's just the way things go. But it was great. I love Colorado. Love Boulder. I see why Prime loves it. Also, I can see why Prime sticks out a bit. They are a bit white, a little white in Colorado. I mean, I know I'm white, but they are pure snow powder white. You know, you got white Uber drivers. That's what kind of white. It's kind of white it is out there in Colorado. Very nice people though. And drink your water. Don't forget that. They tell you that with the altitude in Colorado. Well, I remember years ago when I first went to Colorado, like in Vail or something like that, and drinking hard. Every bar's got water cooler there. I'm like, water. I never saw that before. Like, why not? I'll drink a water with every beer. Trust me, because you know with the thin air, it gets you affected more. I'm like, get out of here. I just thought they were all weak. Get out of here. I live in Chicago. I know how to drink, baby. And then after like 6 beers without drinking any water, I felt like I was on acid. I was like almost famous on top of the roof. I'm the Lizard King. Like, gee. And then I was hammered. So I learned my lesson. Yeah, drink water out there. Anyway. All right. We will recap the AFC and NFC championship games after I tell you, of course, about Edge Boost, our new sponsor. SGPN's partnered up with a premier Visa debit card for bettors. Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Isn't that the worst? When you want to make a bet or something like that, and you haven't done it in a while, you're like, oh, let me see if I have money in my account. You know, you go to my bookie or something like that, and you got to put a card in. There's nothing worse than frantically trying to put a card in to an online account. And then you have to call your bank. Call your bank. Make sure they think you're cheated. They may think you're lying. They don't trust this Caribbean account or whatever the hell it is, you know. No, trust me, Bank of America. I want to give this company $1,000 to put on a horse. Yes, that's what I want to do. I appreciate your concern. Edge Boost takes care of all of that. You can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. The best part is no credit checks, completely free. It's great. Sign up today. Use the promo code SGPN. You get better cashback rewards, instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And once you get that Edge Boost card, edgeboost.bet. Once you get that, then you go to my bookie and you put the money in through there. MyBookie.ag, which we're also brought to you, our place to bet every sport. Plus props for every game, live dealer casino. It accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, lightning fast payouts. Head to MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Head there now to get your Super Bowl bets in. All right. Whew, that was a mouthful. That was a lot. Good Lord. Totally fantastic. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. NFC, AFC Championship games. What a weekend. 2 games yesterday. We hit Eagles -6. Let's start off with that one, the early one. We hit the Dallas Goedert prop. Zach Ertz props came through. And all the big ones hit. We did not hit all of those. I mean, we had Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. I wish I had 3. My goodness. So the Eagles smoked them 55, 24, or 23, whatever it was. I wish we had better alt lines on that one. But what a game. Unbelievable. That's kind of what we predicted was going to happen. 3rd straight road playoff game for Washington. They've never been there. The young upstart, you playing with house money, as they love to say. The house money thing was hilarious. Washington's playing with house money. They don't care. Yes, they care. Like I said, just because we think they weren't going to win doesn't mean they didn't think that. But Philly just smoked right through them. And yeah, yes, there was turnovers. Obviously, that was a big difference in the game. All the fumbles and the turnovers department. But I like when people say that. Well, if they don't turn it over, then they could have won. Yeah, it's almost like one team has a lot of playoff experience and the other team is there for the first time in 40 years. That's what happens. And you have a rookie quarterback who looked great, by the way. Jaden Daniels looked amazing. Good Lord, Washington's going to be a problem. But right now they weren't. Saquon Barkley, he continues to be an alien. He somehow did not go over his prop of 130 yards, only because they shut him down after 3 quarters. But he had 3 touchdowns. First play, I mean, how crazy was that? Washington does an 18-play drive to open up the game to kick a field goal, which I can't believe they kicked a field goal. They just made like 5 consecutive 4th downs, and they kick it one from 4th and 2. Like, what are you doing? And then the Eagles like, all right, well, let's just toss this ball to Saquon Barkley, and he'll run for a touchdown. How about that? That's what we'll do. It couldn't have been more like one team pulling out all the stops, everything. We practiced all week for this drive, all these design different plays, and the Eagles just showed up like they rolled out of bed. Oh, is this the game? The game started? Okay. All right, here. Toss the ball to that guy, 26. Just toss it to him. And he's going to run for a touchdown. 7-3. All right, now what do we do? You got a fumble? All right, we'll do it again. Give it to Barkley again. Touchdown, 14-3. Now, is this it? Is this the game? This decides who goes to the Super Bowl? Because we're just going to keep doing this if you guys aren't going to change things. And pretty much that's how it went. 7 rushing touchdowns. Unbelievable. I was watching the game. So I came back in yesterday from LAX. Went over to Culver City. Watched a game with my sisters. My buddy Jeff Klinger was there. He, just like someone did in the sports show, he didn't black out, but he took some mushrooms and he made a lot of bets. Prop bets. And he usually doesn't do. And I was going over them. Like, this doesn't even make sense. And he goes, yeah, I don't remember making these. One was Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns, 9-1. Cha-ching on that. That hit. Then he had Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdowns. He could have done 3 there. Hit that. Then he had A.J. Brown touchdown. Hit that. He had a Will Shipley, 25-1 touchdown. Hit that. I'm going over these things. I'm like, how are you? It's not even possible to score all these touchdowns. I know I wasn't thinking. I was on mushrooms. Oh, well, it happened. So are the Commanders' defense, apparently, because, my God, the Eagles scored a lot of touchdowns. And it was the same guys. Barkley 3, Hurts 3, A.J. Brown 1, Shipley 1. Everything but a defensive touchdown. That's the one I wanted to get. Yeah, it's bad beat for anyone who had Gainwell numbers. I know Gainwell was a sharp play, a popular play, because and the handicapping was right. Because the handicapping was obviously they're going to give Barkley a breather. Maybe they'll be up a lot and they'll bench him in the 4th quarter. And that's exactly what happened. But Gainwell got hurt on the opening play of the second half kickoff. Bad beat for anyone who had Kenneth Gainwell plays. Feach said, can't believe Shipley scored, but not Gainwell. And that's why, because Gainwell got hurt on that kickoff, so Shipley took over for Gainwell. And that's why I told my buddy, I was like, listen, that's good. Gainwell getting hurt's good for you for Shipley tickets. That's the only way you can do it. Boo for T says, Shipley went over his prop, I assume. Yeah, that one run he had was more than he had his entire season. That he eclipses his season total with that one run, which got caught at the 5. Unbelievable. It was a great game, though. Elder abuse against Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner, that was that first play. That's what summed it up. This Barkley touchdown. And they tried to blame the defensive lineman for doing a spin move. What's he supposed to do? He's trying to get off the block and get to the block tackle, and Wagner just runs up his back and falls down, and Barkley runs for a touchdown. Wagner, I mean, respect to Bobby Wagner, Hall of Famer, but it might be time to what? Might be time to call it a career, sir. The other fun thing that happened was the tush push. That was the only. If you were not watching the game with money on the Eagles or as a fan invested in either side, and you were just watching the game as a outsider, if you will, a civilian. The only real fun part for you, besides Barkley, was the tush push situation down there at the goal line. That was hilarious. So Washington just kept trying to jump the snap and call the snap with whatchamacallit. What's his name? Louvu. Frankie Louvu. He's a great player. But he kept trying to do the old LeVar Arrington and jump over and time it Superman style. And the Eagles just kept drawing him off sides. It was almost like Washington's like, fuck this. We know we're not going to stop it. This is our protest. Let's just keep jumping off sides and jump over it. And it was amazing because the referees started catching on what they were doing. and realizing there's no real punishment you could do when the ball's on the 1 foot line. All you can do is go half the distance to the goal line. You know, it's not like automatic first down. It's not even that. It's just repeat the down and move the ball 6 inches. So they kept moving it half of the distance, half the distance, half the distance. And it was just getting funny. Then the refs started making up things. They're like, listen, we warned Washington if they keep up this behavior, it's going to be a personal foul for this kind of behavior. Then they did it again. All right, listen, this time we told Washington, don't worry, fans. If this happens again, we're just going to award Philadelphia the points. How about that? You know we can do that? No, you can't do that. Sure we can. Yeah, we can do it. Look, it's in the rules. We can just say touchdown Eagles. Who do you give it to? I don't know. Whoever we decide. We'll give it to a lineman. We don't care. And then they went to the rules expert. Can he do that? Like, yeah, he actually can do that. I've never heard of this. No one's ever heard of that. You can just award points to people. Well, why do we even play? Someone had a great tweet yesterday. He's like, don't tell the Kansas City referees you can just award points. Oh, man. That was, I mean, let me see if I can get a soundbite of that. It was so funny. Just the way he said it. It was a kindergarten. If you keep up this behavior, we might not even let you get the ball back. We don't know. We haven't decided. But we don't like it. God bless Frankie Louisville. That was fun. It was fun. It added a little fun to it. Yeah, then the memes came, of course. The guy who jumped over the bench, Troy Polamalu, or Ralphie in The Simpsons when he goes head first through the window. All hilarious stuff. Captain Insano, he said, we turned his car around rule. I know. If I was Washington and I heard that announcement, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'd be like, no, you won't. I dare you, referees. Go ahead. Go ahead and see what happens. You'll be made a mockery if you just award the Eagles a touchdown. I want to see it. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, ref. I don't believe you can do that. They can. There's a rule in there. I guess it's for if someone does something crazy, like runs off to the field. Like, remember when Bill Cowher almost tackled the Jacksonville Jaguar player when he blocked a field goal and he was running in for a touchdown? He almost came out and punched him. He like flinched at him. I think if he does that, then maybe they should do it. Because I think it happened in college, like, or something years ago, where a guy on the sideline came out and tackled a guy. But just for that, just for annoying people, you're going to give him a touchdown? That's pretty funny. I don't think you could. I mean, they obviously you can do it, but I would have called their bluff. If I was Washington at that point, who cares? We're down by 40 anyway. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's be a part of history. Oh, man. Anyway. Just with the referee, and then he patted his chest. That was the best part, too. I'll decide, like, you're insulting us. The refs, and of course we'll get to the refs with the second game. But we have to finish up with this Eagles game. So the Eagles come into Super Bowl red hot. One red flag I do not like is the Eagles scored 55 points, most ever, I think they said in the conference championship game. Anytime teams do that in the conference championship game, they usually have a bad Super Bowl. Like Carolina did that to Arizona, and that's when they lost to Denver. Of course, Denver had a great defense, but still. They put up like 48 point. Cam Newton blew them out. When the Bills lost to Scott Norwood game, they scored like 50 points against the Raiders, or 48 or something like that. That's just a bad sign. I'm just saying the competition is obviously going to be a little bit different in Kansas City. But we'll get to that in a second. We got to talk about the Eagle fans, of course. How can you not talk about Philly without their fans? The Washington fans, they came in. They took over the Hard Rock. Did you see that story on X? That was pretty funny. It's going to be a Washington infiltration. They took over. They posted videos of them taking over the Hard Rock. The what? The Hard Rock Cafe? What's next? Applebee's? What, you're really going into the belly of the beast there. Washington fans, get out of here. We know we had a Hard Rock. Shout out to the Hard Rock. I'm not trying to. Hard Rock Cafe took a lot of strays, actually. People, that's not. Of course, it's not Philly. It's a chain, but don't disrespect the Hard Rock. It's got a good burger. Degenerates, by the way, part of the work I did on Saturday in Boulder when I stayed in was I wrote jokes for Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, Mr. Robert Smigel. I write for him a lot. Me and my buddy Sean Flannery. We do a podcast called The Blackout Diaries. Make sure you subscribe to that for if you like fun drinking stories. But we get hired a lot by Smigel to write for him, and we wrote. Apparently, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog was in the Philadelphia parking lot fucking with Eagle fans. So who better to call than the man in the box? So we wrote some bits. So when that comes out, that'll be fun. So I did a bunch of that. How funny is it? So yeah, I was saying my cop friend, like a car drove through some people. Someone just shot up a gun. There's a guy they love their gimmicks. There's a gun. There's a guy with a grocery cart with a pig on the SEPTA train, climbing the poles. They didn't grease the poles. That's the thing with the greased poles. Philly fans, if you look at them, they look like the most, not in shape people in the world, either heart attacks or they'll be skinny, smoking like, Parliament Lights or some kind of menthol cigarettes, drinking, crazy schnapps right to the face. Their chests are enclaved. They couldn't do 2 push-ups. But next thing you know, they're climbed on top of a 100-foot pole that's greased up. Like, how'd you get up there? And they're reading a copy of Inner Excellence, this book, the A.J. Brown book. Oh, the A.J. Brown totals overs hit too. We were on that. How funny is it? Like I said, 500,000 illiterate Philadelphians all reading Inner Excellence, trying to read Inner Excellence. Wouldn't it be great if that's what heals the city? That's what fixes them. That's what rises us to maturity. Having spiritual balance. If all these scumbag Eagle fans read Inner Excellence and took it to heart, that'd be amazing. What a great tale that would be. Oh man. Anyway, that's what we have to look forward to. So keep an eye out for the Triumph Insult Comic Dog and know the man in the box had a little piece. I'm not saying I wrote all of it, but me and Sean Flair, we'll see. I don't no idea how it worked out. I'm sure it worked out great. How can it not with those idiot Eagle fans? I sent him to the bench press. Hopefully he got over there. The people's bench. All right. We'll talk about the AFC title game and some of these NFL referees, Hard Rock Cafes, anything you guys want to talk about, Degenerates, because it is a soak it in Monday. That's not true, but I got to tell you about Underdog. How could this show go on if I didn't tell you about Underdog? Probably couldn't. I mean, it could, but I'd get yelled at. Underdog Pick'em is one of the biggest menus for all sports. It's always making it easier to win. Profit boost and gimme Pick'ems. NFL, college basketball, MMA, NBA, NASCAR, and more. You can now use special boost on all flexed entries. Sign up with promo code BOMBS. Claim your special pick, first-time deposit, offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code BOMBS. Also brought to you by Rhythm. The rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you with props. SGPN's partner Rhythm is number one AI powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Build your own model. Copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard or have Rhythm build a model for you. It's the NFL playoffs. Have not been going your way, but if you've been listening to me, they've been going your way. Rhythm will help you turn things around with 1 game left, actually, the best of the season. Rhythm AI-powered predictions, props, bets, game lines will set you up for success through the Super Bowl, which is coming up. So claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And we're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. That was a dramatic pause so I can insert the other ads later on in post. That's how you know things go. Anyway, before we get to the AFC title game recap, which was obviously the best game of the weekend, of the two, I should say. I want to thank everyone for watching along here live on YouTube. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Don't be a passive listener. I know you're chatting away, but hit the thumbs up. Make sure the phone knows that you like my phone. Subscribe. Don't just like and watch. Subscribe. 5-star review, the whole shebangers. Follow me on the socials. You'll find out where my other gigs are. Like Pittsburgh. like Irvine, California, and who knows where else. We could talk Hard Rock and all that. Anyway, what else did I want to say? Did I want to say anything? I don't know. Thank you very much. Seamless ad read, CJ. I'm very professional. They tell me to They tell me to make it my own, and then sometimes I make it a little too much my own. They say, you know what? Make it ours. Keep it ours. Keep it ours. Don't make it your own. Keep it ours. That's right, Feach. 10 viewers, 9 likes. C-generates are built different. You sure are. You are loyal. 100%. I got a much better ratio number than the big guys, Sean and Ryan. Speaking of which, though, like I said, Wednesday is going to be a big day. I'm going to come in for a triple header on Wednesday. Shout out to all the C-generates. Bottom line bombs next show. Usually on Thursday. I'm moving it up a day on Wednesday so I can do some golf bombs for the Pebble Beach tournament, which starts on Thursday. And I'll be doing a Super Bowl MVP show with the guys. And then we're also doing the watch party with Brandon Lang. I'll be doing that, making fun. So no show Thursday, but that will happen on Wednesday since I'm doing a triple header that way. And I can get some golf bombs in there. Just, we're going to see what we're going to transition to after the NFL season. See how we can do this and make it better. Not make it better, make it seamless, And then it'll be back to normal, of course, for the Super Bowl week. But who knows? Super Bowl week's a whole thing. I can't even talk about that right now because we got to talk about that AFC game. Kansas City -2 was the cover. Over hit. Kareem Hunt rushing hit big time. We went ladder on Hunt. It didn't go all the way to the top, but his total was 35.5, and he finished at 66 or something like that, 68. I wanted him to hit 80. 80 would have been the top of the ladder, but we got some good ones. Travis Kelce did not do well. We needed Josh Allen to score a touchdown. He did not. And we needed Travis Kelce to do fucking anything. He did not. Kelce did nothing. How about Kelce's after the game too? He's got the glasses on. He's got the vest. And anytime Travis Kelce has a bad game, which is a lot lately, his his speech afterwards is always like over the top of great gratitude and gratefulness. Oh, to play in front of these guys, just a blessing. Unbelievable. What great thing is with life. Because he knows when he doesn't perform there, he has to be the star. He has to be a personality. I have to be kind of the leader, on TV. I have to, I'm sure Taylor gave him some publicists to help him out with these things. But if he does good, he's got no time for you. Yeah, whatever. Talk to someone else. Josh Allen, of course. Josh Allen hurt a lot of people not scoring. It was weird because it was you could tell it was going to be a great game. For sure. The crazy plays were happening. But they kept trying to do this quarterback sneak with Josh Allen, and it wasn't working. I mean, they got a couple, but then he would do over the top at the 50. And then that 4th and goal play when James Cook scored, it was an amazing play by Cook, but I mean, that easily could have been stopped. Cook was incredible yesterday, by the way, and then they just don't give him the ball. Buffalo had a lot of weird play calls yesterday. But let's get into what we're talking about when we really talk about with the Kansas City game. JC from KC. Shout out to your Chiefs, JC, by the way. I mean, you guys are inevitable. That's the thing. And that's the thing it's so funny when you're watching ESPN and those things try to break it down. Like, what can Josh Allen do to beat the Chiefs? They're like, make more plays. They just gotta, they can't do it. You gotta make more plays. Mahomes made the play. And meanwhile, the play is them getting a field goal. It's just, I don't know. It's just a thing. I can't describe it. It's like pornography. You'll know it when you see it. There's got to we'll do some kind of breakdown. So the referees, of course, helped Kansas City. You know that coming in. We knew that. But it's funny, this time around, it wasn't as egregious. Like, it was actually debatable on both sides. Like, yeah, okay, it was maybe not the right call, and it did favor Kansas City, but at least you can see the referee's side at this point. And that's how the announcers were. The announcers were like, actually, and relatively speaking, as far as chief calls get, this wasn't the worst thing you would. The two big ones were that pass where that pass the ball obviously hit the ground that was thought was going to be an interception. Was that Worthy who caught that? And they gave to him that like 30-yard bomb to the 5. Then they reviewed it. It hit the ground. How you call that a catch is amazing. But they just gave it to him, touchdown, whatever. And then, of course, the 4th down play. Josh Allen does a sneak on 4th down. Referee says he gets the first. Some other referee overrules it, who couldn't even see it. He's got his back to him. They replay it, and then it holds up that he didn't get it. He got the first down. That was crazy. It's close. Yeah, it's definitely close, but he got the first down. The one referee marked him as a first down. And some other referee says, nah, he didn't. Then review says he didn't. That's what was wild. Not even that they didn't give it to him, but that one ref had it and the other ref overturned it. It does seem like these refs are getting calls from Goodell for buzzer. No. He didn't mean to spot it there. Trust me. Remember, Frank? We want to spot it here. Trust me. Oh, man. Feach says he saw someone say the Chiefs have a more annoying dynasty than the Patriots because they still pretend to be America's darlings. Well, this is the thing, Feach, and you're right. And I said it before. We all owe the Patriots an apology. We hated their dynasty because everyone hates dynasties, but at least they were assholes. I said that earlier on the bombs. I always say that. The Patriots were assholes. They played the role. The Chiefs, yeah, they want to be your buddy. And they do have fun personalities on surface. Mahomes, Kelsey, Andy Reid, they're likable people. Of what we don't like about them is, one, the referee. The referees kind of made them these villains. And they play into it. They want the calls because they know they're going to get the calls. And the exposure and the commercials and shit. We just don't like seeing them so much. Like, it's annoying. Stop. They're like male feminists. The people, they're allies is what they are. They're the ones you got to look out for the most. They always say that ally became a buzzy term in the liberal world. I'm like, yeah, I'm not an ally because that's too much pressure. I'm not saying I'm, any of those problematic things, but I mean, I don't know what my tweets might say. I don't know. I don't know if I'm racist, but who knows? Who knows what my tweets might be? So I'm not an ally. I don't need that pressure. The Chiefs want to be your friend. Fuck you, Chiefs. But it's true. The refs kind of made them the enemy. I don't know. Oh, and Andy Reid. And that's the thing with Mahomes. And Mahomes is great. I'm not saying Mahomes isn't the best quarterback, obviously. But there's a lot of I saw this take came out recently today, how the Bills are cursed because they could have drafted Mahomes, but they traded it and took Josh Allen the following year. And because of that, Mahomes, get out of here with this. That takes insane. They called Nick Wright called the who's a Kansas City homer anyway, called the real Babe Ruth curse. Babe Ruth was the best player in baseball when the Red Sox traded him. Mahomes was a prospect from Texas Tech when he threw 1,000 touchdowns. He wasn't even a Heisman finalist. Mahomes is great. But I will say having Andy Reid helps. That combination of Mahomes and Andy Reid, that's why they're unbeatable. Or seemingly unbeatable. Josh Allen with Reid, I think, would be pretty good. You said McDermott yesterday. How about him throwing Dalton Kincaid under the bus? That was amazing. So Allen, was under pressure, throws up a heave ball. It's an amazing ball he got off. And Kincaid, it wouldn't have been an easy catch, but it's a catch he's got to make. Drops it. It's a shame. But just like Mark Andrews was a much easier catch the week before. But Kincaid still could have caught it and should have caught it. But he didn't. It's also forgivable. I mean, they're all forgivable, but McDermott afterwards, talk about no accountability. He's like, yeah, we could have caught it, I thought, but we didn't. He just kept saying, yeah, that's what we could have done. Not how about design a better play that doesn't have two unblocked Chief defenders coming right at your quarterback. He doesn't mention that part. Josh Allen made a hero play to get that ball off. He's like, yeah, we certainly didn't catch that, did we? Who are you talking about? Oh, nothing. It's just a tight end that we usually count on. Didn't do anything when the ball came at his arms. Classy, McDermott. Oh, man. John says the refs are terrorists. Absolutely correct. Make sure you buy that at the SGPN merch store. 15% off. Big game. Boofer T says that might just tell the tallest lineman to block the replay angles. That was a first down. You know, there's a funny tweet I saw. How about on that Dalton Kincaid play? Then there was like that fake flag out there. Nancy's like, there's a flag on the play. Radio announcer said there's a flag on the play. And then it's, nope, no flag. 20 seconds later, nope, no flag. And someone tweeted out, that flag was just in case Kincaid caught the ball. If Kincaid caught the ball, then there's a flag. Oh, no flag? All right, nope. No catch, no flag. Turns out it was just a mistake that one of the spotters say. Yeah, just an innocent mistake. That is a conspiracy. To bet detectives on that. That fake flag that was on there. What do you mean? Who spotted a flag? What are you talking about? It's the most important play of the game. It's 4th down. Jim Nance said there's a flag. Kevin Harlan called it a flag. The spotter saw a flag. What? And then 10 seconds later, they're like, well, no, apparently we didn't. We were told we didn't see a flag. Well, did you see one or not? You said you did. No. No. My boss has said no. So my lawyer says, what are you talking about? That's what my lawyer says for you to say. Unbelievable. Ronnie Pasco with a nice play says, Kelsey proposing to Taylor Swift after the win. He's going to lay some money down on that. Might as well make some money off this script. And I agree with that. That'd be a bomb. I don't agree with Kelsey proposing to Taylor Swift after the game. Taylor Swift is cheesy. I would imagine I don't know. She probably would like that cheesy stuff in there. And that, I was just going to say that's too corny for her because she's too big and powerful. But like, you know, when her fan base are 8-year-old girls, why not do that? That's what they like. So maybe. All right. Okay. So now we have, did I finish the ad reads? I did. Good Lord. All right. So now we have the Super Bowl matchup that not too many people want. But it's still a good matchup. Kansas City, Philadelphia. 2 great teams. 2 of the best teams. I'd say there's 2 best teams. I don't know. If you want to put gun to head, Detroit, Baltimore, Buffalo, they're all top 5 teams. So we'll see. Eagles, I think, have the best defense. That's why I like the Eagles to win the NFC there. Well, I won't give out any picks or props on there. I do like how the media who's invested in this, CBS, ESPN, they're trying to tell you what you like. How about Nate Burleson after the game? His quotes were hilarious. He's like, people are sick of Kansas City. You have to enjoy it. Be grateful. Be grateful that you're alive in this time to enjoy cherish the greatness. Fuck you, Nate Burleson. Cherish the greatness. Who are you? What? That's not how sports works. That's not why we watch sports, to cherish greatness. We're not making a Hallmark movie. We're not children. We're here to not like things. That's why we watch sports. So we can blame people like Dalton Kincaid and Mark Andrews. That's why we watch sports. We're not here to cherish the greatness. We want to complain about referees. So we can project our hatred of our lives onto someone else. And cherish the greatness. You shouldn't be sick of this. This is the dynasty that we all need. Shut up. Stop telling us what we should enjoy and what not. We'll figure out about what we hate and what we like in our lives, Nate Burleson and everyone else. Thank you very much. So yes, we are all sick of the Chiefs. We're all sick of Kelsey. We're all sick of Mahomes and the flags and the referees. But that's what we get. That's what's in the script. So embrace it. Bet on it, whatever you want to do. Because people do say, oh, it's fixed. Well, if it's fixed, then bet on the team that's fixed for. You'll be a lot happier. And you got Philadelphia, who they're hilarious. You got Nick Sirianni, who's now reached his 2nd Super Bowl in only 4 years as a coach. Jalen Hurts, same thing. And they get nothing but trashed But I still think for good reason. I was trashing Sirianni and Hurts that yesterday, early in the game. I mean, a bit psycho. I might have been a little over the top for a team that scored 55 points all on offense. I might have been a little bit of a perfectionist, but it's just weird, you know. I always compare Jalen Hurts. You just have to look at him differently. He's kind of like early Russell Wilson. He's more of a gamer. But there's just something about him, you know. He does like these inspirational quotes, and he's just smooth and like, and you're like, God, I want to root for him as a great person, but as a quarterback, it's not enjoyable to watch. But he hit us over yesterday, that's for sure, and we were on that as well. So cha-ching, good job, Jalen. Philly fans can't believe that people won't be rooting for them. That's what I do love about Philly fans, and I am one of them. And I have people texting me like, man, everyone's going to be rooting for the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't count on that. I wouldn't count it. Why? People are sick of the Chiefs. Yeah, people are sick of the Chiefs. They also hate us as well as they should. We're not good people. We embrace it. We're funny. I'll give us that. We have character. I mean, we are characters. You're going to make funny videos from us. You know, people are going to be eating horse shit and doing things like that and reading spiritual books on top of a telephone pole. We're going to do fun things. But yeah, we're also unlikable as far as our behavior. So, but Saquon Barkley, Hurts. We'll talk about Super Bowl MVPs on the Wednesday show with the Bane guys, Sean and Ryan. I'll talk about all that. I know. People are putting their props in. Hurts anytime touchdown, get it now, -115. I love that one too. I mean, I don't understand what they're talking about. How that's an even money bet. Jalen Hurts will score. I played Barkley multiple touchdowns yesterday because I thought, Hurts has got a bad knee. They got a backup center in there. They might not do the push. No, they're doing the push. They're doing the goddamn push. We don't care what it is. They're pushing. And I love people who say they gotta outlaw the push. I don't like looking at it. Turtle from Entourage tweeted that out. I don't like looking at it. Get rid of it. First of all, it got stopped yesterday on the 2-point conversion. Buffalo tried it 5 times and it kept getting stopped. And there's no bigger quarterback than Josh Allen. It's not aesthetically pleasing. I don't like when football players play football. I want it all to be a visual show for me. What voice is that? Anyway. So now we got the matchup. My buddy Eric Acosta said it's got a little bit of Cavs Golden State feel to it. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen it before. This happened a couple years ago. I am not ready for the week of highlights from that Super Bowl. God, that was traumatic. The Eagles definitely blew that Super Bowl. But hopefully the field won't be an ice rink like it was 2 years ago when they had that weird paint where everyone was slipping and sliding. All right. Let's get into the box. First, I'll give you some bombs for tonight, for the live listeners, for the live C-generates. I know there's not a lot of you in here, but you're very lively in likes and comments, so I appreciate that. I'll give you a couple NBA bombs I like tonight. Well, number one is the Denver Nuggets. They're -9.5 now over the Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls are they're not tanking, but they're playing bad. And they're about to sell the team. They're going to be sellers for the trade deadline, which means they might bench some players. They won't get them hurt. The Nuggets are coming off a blowout loss at Minnesota, which they were favored in. 9.5 is a big number on the road, but I think they're going to crush the Bulls. When I bet NBA, and I do it just to feed my fix until the Super Bowl, we're going to have to start doing it. I look for terrible teams. I also like Jokic to get a triple-double, which is -150. You can parlay that with the Nuggets to win outright, and that's a +115 bet. I also like Jalen Green for the Rockets, over 2.5 made threes. Those are my 3 bombs. Denver -9.5, Jokic triple-double, Jalen Green over 2.5 made threes. That is Houston at Boston. That'll be an up-and-down affair. He's been making a lot of threes in January. I just read that. Anyway, so those are my 3 NBA bombs. That's what you waited all hour for. Now we can get into the box. Oh, man. Good Lord. What could we talk about? Speaking of NBA, I could talk about gambling Twitter again. There's a lot of fucking John Gruden now on my Barstool. I can't get you know why it's so hard to block Barstool from my feed? Because they have 50 different accounts and they all tweet the same shit. Like I've muted accounts and it doesn't matter. It seeps through. Like 50 different Johnny Smokes and Tommy Two Tonics. And they all keep tweeting these John Gruden things. And like I said, I don't mind John Gruden, but it feels so Celtic pride, like they kidnapped him to make him do this content. It's just weird. Anyway. What was I going to say? They like doing anniversaries on X too. Oh, it's the anniversary of this game and this game and this game, which no one's even fact checking these things. I don't know. But apparently, was it today or yesterday, the Kobe day, when Kobe died in that helicopter crash in Calabasas? I think it was yesterday. Maybe it's today. Doesn't matter. But that's all that's been up on my feed. Which was a day I'll always forget. Never forget. Always remember. Especially I was here in Los Angeles when it happened, when Kobe Bryant passed. I was actually, you'll like this, Degenerates. I was with my cousin, PJ, who's a fireman. Yep, PJ and CJ, I know. In Hartford. And my Uncle Kevin.
How about them Giants, baby? Huh? You bet your ass.
Who also is not doing well, by the way. He was watching the Eagles game, of course, and he's a Giant fan. And so when Saquon Barkley scored the first touchdown, I gave him a little. He said, "Jesus, they just can't believe how good Saquon is now. It kills them." And I sympathize a little bit because like the Giants should. I'm not saying they should have re-signed Saquon Barkley. It's just bad optics how good Barkley's been. But point is, you're right. January 26, 2020. So it was yesterday. 5 years ago? Oh, my God. That is crazy. So, yeah, Kevin and them were out here, and it happened. And it was weird when you see news pass like that, word of mouth. Like, Kobe Bryant died. People were just yelling, Kobe Bryant died. Then we're going to L.A. We're going bar to bar. So, obviously, that's all that's on the TV. But the Pro Bowl was also on. I'll never forget that. The Pro Bowl. And ESPN did not cut away from the Pro Bowl to give you Kobe Bryant coverage. That's how a slave they are to their contracts in the games. I mean, they had a ticker going on, then they did a split screen, but turned the fucking Pro Bowl off. My Uncle Kevin was the opposite. My Uncle Kevin was like, hey, like one TV, he wanted a Pro Bowl on. He asked the bartender to switch the TV off Kobe. He's like, yeah, come on. Can you put the Pro Bowl on or something? You know, enough with this. If there's an update, okay, go back. But I mean, what are you going to do? Or smoke, you know what I mean? Like, he's gone already. What are we doing here? My Kev, he was kind of a big deal. Kobe Bryant, I mean, I know who he is. Yeah, he's kind of a bigger deal out here in Los Angeles, too. I'm just saying, enough's enough. They're not going to figure anything else out. Looking through the rummage, trust me. I've been there, pal. Helicopter hits the wall, you're done. You ain't coming back. Let's move on. This big wheel don't stop spinning for nobody, pal. Okay? Turn the Pro Bowl on, he said. Good Lord, that was such an amazing thing being out here in L.A. Then they had the memorial service at Staples Center, now Crypto or whatever. I was going to go because they were selling tickets to the public to go to that. It was a little expensive. They were some tickets were $224. And I get it. That's why they did it, because it's number 24. But that's a lot of money, you know, for basically a funeral. I mean, I can see I get it. They were nice. They were corpse side seats. Corpse side seats. I always say that there's only certain times you can do that bit. And if I can't do that bit here in the box, then what the hell's the point of me having my own show for UC Generous and talking to this box? Feach says Jeannie Buss is a broke Nepo baby, but she did pose in Playboy now. She's still dating Phil? No, she's dating Jay Moore now. What a weird situation that is. Oh my God, we're at an hour. This is what happens. A couple Kobe jokes, a couple Laker talk. Speaking of which, I like them tonight too. They're playing the Hornets, right? Anthony Davis should have a big game as well. I like him over 12.5 rebounds. Why not give out a few more of those? But that's it for the box. Let me get out of here. All right, that will do it for today's show. Thank you, C. Generous. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Feach, Ronnie, DJ, Ronnie, Pasco, Boo for T, Beetlejuice, who says, I can't say bomb on a plane. You don't tell me that. Stephen A. He wants to know if I'm doing any bombs down under with Dundee for college basketball. Yes, Stephen A. I'm glad you brought that up. I'll get more into my off NFL season schedule here on SGPN. Just know the Bottom Line Bombs is a year-round show. So make sure you're subscribed to Bottom Line Bombs, and I'll tell you about other stuff. Of course, I'll do more content with Picks Dundee. We have an amazing chemistry. John Colby said, great show, Bet Detective. Thank you very much, John. Love you. Everyone who else joined in. Steve, I can't forget Captain Insano. Adam. See, that calls me the Pigskin Prophet. I'll put that up there. Stevie Eldridge, who wants to fill out the emptiness of the football weekend there. Like I said, subscribe, Instagram, CJ Sullivan was taken _ each word, or on X, CJ Sullivan _ what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Like I said, change the schedule this week. Next show will be on Wednesday, 2 days from now, so I can give out some good golf bombs. If you just started following me now, I'm a scumbager Vance as well. I give out good golf bombs. I hit 100 to 1s. I hit the U.S. Open winner 90 to 1 last year. I hit out some big ones. But since the tournament started on Thursday, I need to get the plays out on Wednesday. So I'll get them out on Wednesday. There's no football this weekend anyway, so it works out. I'll also be doing Super Bowl MVP prop shows with Ryan and Sean on Wednesday. And we're doing that Brandon Lang watch party show. I'll be doing that. More of my great original content coming. So many things to get in, but you know how this works out. So, one more time, condolences to all Giant fans who have to watch Saquon Barkley become an alien and go on for the Birds. Let's get this Eagle Super Bowl win, huh?
How about them Giants, baby? Huh? You bet your ass.